Here we go. Boop.
That looks about right.
Oh, you already have us live. Are we muted? All right.
Whenever you are ready.
Here we go. Okay, so normally I give this big grandiose intro as I always do for all of our episodes. I'm sure you've heard it before thousands and, well, maybe not thousands, but hundreds of times. But it doesn't feel right today. Just a few hours ago, before going online, something happened here at HWR, and that is that we have received the word that Bray Wyatt, William Rotunda, has passed away. Really sucks, and we're really bummed about it. I know earlier in the week we also had Terry Funk pass away. There's always a little bit of a difference when you're talking about folks that are taken too soon and surprised and unexpected and stuff like that. So I do not want to take anything away from Terry Funk, right? But there's always going to be a level of, I don't want to say drama, but a level of
I'd say shock.
Shock. It's good. Thank you. That's a good word.
If you want to tie it to music, it's like losing someone in your current generation. I'm sure if you ask Arnold, he still isn't over losing Chester Bennington of Linkin Park. Right. That's a guy that band had just recorded an album. They were on tour already, and he had taken his own life.
Right.
So when you hear about news about Bray Wyatt, 36, younger than us,
Yeah.
younger than me. I mentioned this when we're off the air. I'm very rudimentary as far as life goes. Anyone that dies younger than me, it just mind fucks me because I don't really understand it, how it can happen. And this is a guy that we've been critical of his booking, but very open about his characters and having someone on TV, being a character on TV that's just different from everyone else. You would wonder when he would come back. He'd wrestled at the Rumble in the Pitch Black match, and then was supposed to wrestle either Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley. There was some kind of booking going on there, and then before you know it, he was gone.
Right.
Illness or whatever. They never really mentioned much of it. So hearing it today out of the nowhere, I guess because he had been off of television for so long, he kind of blurred into the back of my mind, not on the forefront of like, oh, dude, all in. Maybe Bray shows up, or SummerSlam. Maybe Bray returns, or it wasn't. He wasn't in my periphery. So going shopping for tonight, prepping for tonight's show and dinner, and my phone's like vibrating like mad, and I was like, nah, I can't believe it.
Yeah,
like, 36.
Yeah,
nah. And then more stuff starts coming in.
Mm-hmm. Well, Doug, that pro guy, both y'all, welcome. Thanks for joining us in the chat here. Joining us early. Porsche, what's up, Porsche? He's in the live chat. So yeah, we got all kinds of stuff going on here. It says, and that's all. That's what we're talking about here in the chat too. Bray and all that. This one hits a lot different and a lot harder. You brought up Arnold and being upset with Chester passed away.
Yeah.
Right?
As I was too. Yeah. I was unexpected also.
A lot of people were also mourning the loss of Lemmy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but there's a difference there, right? And the difference is Lemmy had a long career, had a long life. He was old, so to speak.
Yeah.
He was at the point where it's like, okay, if he passes, it makes sense.
And he lived a life of excess. I mean, his blood type is Jack and Coke.
Yeah. Yeah.
With all due respect.
Yeah. But Chester should not have gone when he went. Now we get it that it
and
was,
how he went.
We get how he went as to why, and it really. That kind of sucks. And
finding out how he passed minutes before we got on blew your mind.
Yeah, it blew my mind. So I was literally on the way up here. I was driving up here when all that was going down, and I was hearing about it. But basically, I guess I just kind of want to say that this isn't cool. It's not right. It sucks a lot, and then I'm sad by it. I feel like I'm grieving just along with the rest of the wrestling world, whether they're fans like me and you, or insiders, or people that actually knew the guy. I think Arnold said it in our not in the live chat, in our messenger group. In our messenger group, I think he said this was going to take a little while to shake off, right? Yeah, this is going to.
And he's third generation, if I'm not mistaken, not second, but third. So he's
because Mike Rotunda's dad was a wrestler too, right?
So it's like in waves, shock waves of how deep a loss like Wyndham Rotunda goes.
Yeah.
And not to like gloss over. Regardless if it was by natural or otherwise,
right?
Terry Funk, man.
So no, I'm not saying that I'm not sad that Terry Funk died.
Yeah, but again, it's different
situations, right? Like Terry Funk, okay, cool, yeah, he made it a long time. He had a great career, had a great impact on the wrestling industry. Yeah. Fuck yeah,
that's our dads, our uncles, our older brothers' generation. A guy that was wrestling for the Grappler in the late 70s, early 80s, had his feud with Ric Flair for the NWA World Title. And then towards the late 90s, transitioning into bringing back into, in the 90s, transitioning into hardcore wrestling. Him and Mick Foley in Japan and All Japan set a new standard for hardcore. And then carrying that over in the 2000s, he wrestled damn near everywhere.
Yeah.
In every promotion you could think of. There would be a big void in what fans today would consider hardcore wrestling, whatever level of hardcore you want to go, without Terry Funk.
Exactly. Terry Funk was such a influential character on wrestling, right? Yeah. So and he's trained a lot of people. A lot of people went through Funk University, right?
The dojo.
Yeah, so it's really cool. But I feel like his passing, while a lot of people were going to be bummed, I think
that's not the connection you have right now today.
I feel like his passing was more like celebration of life. Oh yeah, Funk. Yeah, let's go reminisce and think about all the people that he's trained, and all the feuds that he has.
Special with him.
Yeah, like all that stuff, So that's. I don't want to say it's a happy occasion that he passed away, right? But it's definitely not a tragic.
Yeah,
occasion,
you put it in a perspective I hadn't thought of before. Funk's passing is a celebration, like the last brick in his road that everybody in wrestling walks on at some point.
Yeah,
the Bray stuff that's no different than if, not to sound evil or anything, but if one of my close friends passed away, that my age is like, what the fuck? That came out of fucking nowhere.
Dat Pro guy in the live chat, he brings up what we haven't even got to yet, which is that the reports came out within the last hour or so.
The manner of passing.
Yeah, how he passed. That it was complications from COVID that affected a heart issue that he already had, and that he had a heart attack today. Mm-hmm. And that's what got him. And, that's the other thing, too, that really upsets me about this. I mentioned it while we were sitting on the couch over there. When I saw that, I was like, this would have been the only thing that would have upset me more than if it was suicide. Because I'm going to be honest, when I first saw the news, that was my first thought, that he took his own life because he had, anxiety issues and some mental health issues and all that kind of stuff. Right? I thought maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, it was very for fans of wrestling that go beyond just what they see on television. It was pretty clear that you can find parallels between all the sides of his characters on television.
Right.
Are actual demons of his that he fights every day. And he made that clear on a couple of early promos when he came back last year on SmackDown. That he struggles with that every day. I feel relatable. Like, at least for me, that's relatable.
I feel like part of his relatability was the fact that he would fight for his own life, for his own mental well-being, and that he portrayed that on the screen, right? So that I gotta admit, that was my first thought. I was like, oh shit, he fucking killed himself. But like I said,
selfishly as a fan, that's the part that I'm gonna miss the most, because I think the fact that he made all of his characters relatable to us made me want so much more ahead in the next 2 to 3 years of how far that character, a blur of reality and inner demon, how far that could have gone, and we don't get it.
Very strange to say for how avant-garde his character was.
Yes, very. I think Cornette made the comparison of another wrestler. Yeah, that there's that. His character was so different because he meant something more. It wasn't a match about wins or losses. You were wrestling him for championships. You were wrestling him because you were afraid for your life. Mm-hmm. And people, and when he had that Fiend character on and all the shit that he would do, that would come across the screen like, I do not want to fuck with that.
Right.
And that's something that you don't really see much anymore, as far as something that's completely out of the box that just pulls your attention because out of this weird morbid curiosity of what's next.
And to go back to my original point of that was the only thing that would have made me more upset. That it was COVID, basically. Like, and no, he didn't just catch COVID yesterday and then it gave him a heart attack. Yeah, he had heart issues and he caught COVID and then he passed. You want to talk about like the fact that he was 36 and that makes you stare at your own mortality. It's going to ring a little bit more true for somebody that has underlying issues, right? He had heart issues. He was 36. He had heart issues, but God damn it, I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 29. What? Bro, like, yeah. So, and I've survived COVID 3 times, but that makes me think, fuck, if I had got COVID again, I could be like Bray. And, I'm a chunky dude. Bray was a chunky dude, but
chunkier.
But Bray was
in better shape now.
But Bray was in shape. Yeah. Right? He was in ring shape. Right? I'm not. That makes me think, well, what if I do catch COVID for a 4th time? Is that going to be my undoing? Yeah. Right? And I even posted it on Facebook, earlier. I was like, fuck COVID. And then I had somebody chime in and say, well, it wasn't COVID. It was like, no, he had heart issues
already.
right? But what made it worse and what actually got him is the COVID that exacerbated the underlying issues. So I have diabetes. I have it managed, right? But if I catch COVID on the wrong day at the wrong blood sugar level that I'm at,
diabetes
I'm
Black
gone.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking gone. So it makes me further not want to fucking forgive the world and forgive the dumbasses that made COVID last 3 fucking years instead of 3 weeks. If you had just put on a fucking mask,
but it's
and
USA.
if you stayed fucking home,
but
we
it's
wouldn't
the
be where we
USA.
are now.
We're winning, right? We're still winning. We're winning all the winning. Yeah. So that's a little more so a solitude. What's going down in Georgia right now? I know that's an awkward transition.
Yeah.
But we'll try our best.
Well, the devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah. Let's raise it a little bit.
He got himself arrested.
Your favorite Terry Funk match?
Funk as Chainsaw Charlie with Cactus Jack versus the New Age Outlaws.
WrestleMania 14
in a dumpster match.
Drink to that.
That match was wild. It ended with them in the dumpster just getting pushed. And it's what? And they had the fucking pantyhose on their head.
Yeah.
What? And he came out with the motherfucking chainsaw. Like what? No, I mean that may not be the best Funk match, but again, Funk is a little bit before my time.
Yeah.
So
that's where your radar.
That's where my
I don't have recollections of Funk fucking Ric Flair, but I do remember the triple threat as a number one contender, first ECW pay-per-view, and then fucking Terry Funk beating Raven for their world title, and then 30 seconds after they lost the fucking feed completely.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of solidified the transition of Funk's career to where he had the grappling, he had the wrestling, then he went hardcore, and now he's like passing the torch down, making guys over for the next generation, the next crop of young guys that went through.
Yeah.
And Funk had already gotten his ass beat, and then Raven whooped his ass some more. Yeah, that was oof.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, long live Funk, man. That was a good one. Yeah.
All right. Well, what about Bray?
Oh man, this is gonna catch some flack with some people.
All right,
but I love
Atsushi Onita versus Terry Funk exploding ring match.
That's all Japan.
Yeah,
that's somewhere in the 90s.
Interim UPW Commissioner Doug says in the live chat. Porsche says, I remember Funk on an episode of Ripley's Believe It or Not as a wrestler who was dead, but his muscle memory allowed him to finish the match. What? Was this
with
real?
All due respect,
Porsche, is this real?
With all due respect, if Funk was walking around last year or the year before down in Arlington at Ripley's Believe It or Not, you would mistake him for a wax statue. I was a big fan of the Jekyll and Hyde of fucking Mr. Rogers, Bray Wyatt with the turtleneck.
Okay.
And then you get the Fiend on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was next level. I think the down south Louisiana swamp Bray Wyatt character family kind of had run its course. So when he brought out the Mr. Rogers stuff, I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And the more it kind of like put fuel on that fire, the more I wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For me, I have to go, and that wasn't really a match, but then again, Bray wasn't necessarily known for the matches, right? I
saw Arnold shared the Elimination Chamber where he won
against AJ.
Title. Yeah.
Well, he pinned AJ because AJ was the last one there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. Arnold in the live chat says the Fiend era was one of the best things the WWE has done in the last decade. Yeah. For me,
Fiend versus Finn Balor at SummerSlam when the Fiend debuted, and you're just like, whoa, okay, we're going with this. Yeah. That's my pick. Wasn't much of a match. He killed Finn in like 8 minutes.
Mine is going to be a little self-serving. My self-serving one is Boom.
Cena, the first time.
Yeah, WrestleMania 30 Superdome. Bray Wyatt came out, had a live performance of his music. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people online after the fact, after I fucking left the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, were saying, "Oh my god, it was shit. It was terrible." Blah blah blah.
Why did Cena have to win?
No, I mean the not the match,
the performance,
the performance,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
In the Superdome, I thought the performance was cool. I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" It's getting, we're singing along, and the fireflies were out. So yeah, and then of course, I really wanted Bray to win and beat Cena. He didn't win, but I had a great fucking time, man. Like it was really cool.
Okay, I think I'd come up with one.
Okay,
because this is one of the few highlights of the COVID era of the Thunderdome in WWE. You know where I'm going with this?
I know where you're going.
The rematch, Bray versus John Cena, and Bray's fucking like Firefly little gimmick thing where John Cena comes out with the NWO stuff, and they go through all kinds of segments in this one thing, and at the end, Bray gets his redemption, I guess, by pinning Cena in the ring, even though it wasn't like a match, but like cinematography and production and everything.
Where Cena was in the NWO.
It told just as good a story that a wrestling match would have.
Yeah.
Just as we heralded Undertaker and AJ that same weekend, the next night, for their graveyard match. It stands out.
Yeah.
And having it stand out from a era of wrestling where there wasn't really a lot of options because of the COVID stuff. Yeah, I think that's my pick.
Arnold says he made me care about Randy Orton.
For a bit.
Yeah, for a bit. Yeah.
For a bit.
Yeah. What was the title of that match that they had? It wasn't Firefly Funhouse. It was something else, but it was the match where like
they were in that house?
Yeah, or something like that. And then it like caught fire. Randy was in it or something like that. I don't
remember.
But yeah, that was one. Another one that I'd like to bring up is Shield versus Wyatt family.
Yeah.
All right. All three members of the Shield versus all three members of the Wyatts at that point. And that happened like what, 3 times, 4 times, something like that. So there's multiple iterations. But I want to say the best one was one that was on just a random Raw, and it was just the 3 of them going at it. Yeah. And I want to say it was around WrestleMania 30 time, but I could be wrong. It may have been 31 or whatever, but that was fucking barn burner, man. Every time those 6 guys were in the ring together, it was fucking great, dude.
Yeah, they're both gonna be missed.
Yeah,
both of them.
Yeah.
So speaking of matches that we liked of theirs,
yes,
it's been a couple of weeks. Do you have any candidates or any matches of the week? Anything you want to give flowers to that you've seen?
I like to give flowers to something that you just showed me right now.
Wesley and Mello.
Wesley and Mello was legit, dude. That was a cool match. What did he call that move? The fadeaway? Where he jumped backwards into a DDT off of the freaking ring into the...
He normally does it in the ring off the apron into the center of the ring.
But he did it from the ring into the announce table. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And then Wesley tried to do that suicide dive off of the corner into into Mello, but Mello moved and he just got the chairs and the barricade. Oh, that was woogly. Arnold says Gunther versus Gable was great. I agree with that.
That's on my notes also. Gunther versus Gable from last Monday's Raw.
It really...
I wanted at least 5 more minutes,
but
the finish leads me to believe there's more to come.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably might be the best thing about that match because it caught me so off guard. And I can't remember when was the last time that we had a challenger win a championship match via count out to further the storyline. Because technically the champion lost, but he didn't lose his title. Yeah. Like that's such an old school idea that WWE doesn't really use anymore. And I wasn't expecting that like in a million years for that to be the finish to this match. What? Holy shit. Gunther lost to that guy, to Gable. So yeah, I think that really did a lot of wonders for Gable.
Would you be content with Gable ending the streak?
Only after Gunther surpasses Honky Tonk.
Okay.
If it's after Honky Tonk and Gable puts on a clinic like he did in this match and he squeaks it out,
Mhm.
I'll be okay with it as long as you were able to give Gunther that
I wouldn't mind Gable
record.
being the one if this goes in the direction of him slowly getting rid of like the shush and the thank you and all that, and becoming like almost like the antithesis of what Imperium is, like as serious but just against them. You know,
an American.
Yeah, an American. Yeah.
So Kurt Angle,
basically, yeah.
So Kurt Angle when he was serious, because remember Kurt Angle was goofy for the longest time, and then he was serious, and he was goofy, and then he was serious.
We got like the hardcore gunmetal gray serious Kurt Angle when he showed up on Impact.
Yeah,
and I was thinking, where's this guy been?
Right.
Yeah, and I'm hoping Gable has that moment before his eventual exit. I'm not saying he should be fired or anything, but just before he's gone, before his career is up, have that moment where he's not Shorty G, he's not Shush Boy, he's actually the fucking wrestler, the American wrestler, you know? House of Black versus CMFTR on 2 weekends ago's Collision. Was damn good. The teasing with Malachi and CM Punk. I kind of want to see FTR defend the belts against fucking Brody King and Matthews. That'd be a killer tag match.
Yeah.
You know, and have Black and Punk in each other's corners, you know, and maybe tease Punk versus Black later on. The way they during the last portion of the match where they were canceling each other out when fucking Punk and Black were matching roundhouse kicks to each other to knock themselves out. There's some really good stuff in that match. The next week, which was last Saturday, Darby Allin versus Christian Cage. The main event of last Saturday's Collision.
Yeah, that was really good too. Yeah. Darby versus Christian was really good. Arnold has one. He said Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett.
Okay, so regardless of
Arnold is definitely trolling.
Yeah. Well, so I said it in our private chat that when I found out that the $100,000 that the advertising for the video game earned was donated to the Maui efforts, I said I would make an effort to try to watch it, and I accidentally deleted the episode off my DVR. So I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's one of those cult classics where you either hate it and don't get it, or you fucking love it because you don't get it. But I saw like 60 seconds of it, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't. You saw this.
I saw it in its entirety, and I saw it maybe 20-30 minutes after it had already aired. I was on a little bit of a delay, and so I already saw people giving it hate, but not enough to where it was spoiled as to why they were giving it hate, right? So about halfway through the match, I was like, okay, the blood was a little dumb, but it's just a backstage brawl. Like, I don't understand why people are so, like, up in arms about it, like it's the worst thing they've ever seen. You know, like, okay, whatever. But then when fucking Chainsaw Charlie, Terry Funk, Mike Myers, Leatherface came out.
I heard they piped the chainsaw music through the audience.
Yes!
Oh god.
Yes! There was like and like he didn't have the chainsaw on, and you heard it all through.
Unless that was his theme music.
I guess
Callus's music is just this random like vuvuzela sound.
Yeah,
Leatherface's theme is just
yeah, and a lot of people are drawing parallels. Hell, even right now in the live chat, Porsche even brings it up about RoboCop and stuff in WCW. We
got a live chat during talking deathmatch.
I know, right? Yeah, he was walking as slow as RoboCop or Mummy from WWE ECW, right? He was like, I'm gonna get you eventually. Like, oh god, it was so dumb. It was so fucking stupid, dude. And oh man, I finally got caught up enough to where I was like, okay, this is deserving of all the hate it was getting. Because at first I was like, I don't get it.
Camp on a company that wasn't supposed to give you camp, was supposed to give you records and sport and not more sport, less entertainment.
Yeah,
and we get Leatherface.
It was too camp. It was.
So was there even an explanation of how we ended up with Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett? Was there a storyline that led to this?
Not that I was aware of. Right? I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe there was something on the YouTube or something on last week's Dynamite
Rampage that only the dead would watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I must have missed it. All I know is like, oh, Hardy versus Jarrett. Winner gets to keep Jeff, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like,
the loser gets called Yef.
My name is Yef. I assumed that's all it was, but I wasn't sure. So, yeah, I don't know. So yeah.
Dragunov versus Trick Willie was good also.
Yes,
you missed that.
No, I didn't miss it.
That was last Tuesday. You saw it?
Now you're making me second guess. I thought I saw it.
Because if you would have saw that, then you would have saw Trick. You would have saw.
Mello. Okay, no, I did not see that. I thought I saw
Arnold mentioned that in the chat, so that's why I made the effort to watch this episode of NXT before we went on the air. That's how you stumbled in with the main event. It's just about to start.
Yeah.
Something about Moxley versus Phoenix last night. They have a bit of a chemistry. I think that was one of the better Moxley matches. Mm-hmm. And that was the easiest way to write Phoenix off. He has visa issues, so he can't make it to Wembley.
Yeah.
So I knew someone was going to...
Visa, it's not everywhere where you want to be, apparently.
Yeah. So those are my picks. Anything topping what's already on Match of the Year? Nah. Our Match of the Year is going to be hard to top. I will say this. Hopefully, if we come back next weekend to record the preview episodes to All Out and review of All In, if you can get here early enough, I do want to separate some time to watch the main event of the G1 Climax. There are some good matches throughout the tournament. I know so much wrestling in the summer, I couldn't catch up. And apparently, Hector's willing to put Naito and Okada over Omega Ospreay from Wrestle Kingdom as the front runner for New Japan's Match of the Year. He thinks it's that good.
Okay.
So if we aren't too burned out, if we're that soft little cream in the middle of the Oreo, which is this weekend and next weekend for AEW, we could try to squeeze that in our viewing diet, and then we can talk about it.
All right.
In between.
Arnold says, I think Trick versus Dragunov could be NXT's Match of the Year.
Unfortunately, NXT is under the WWE umbrella.
Right.
So I doubt that's going to top.
That pro guy is asking, well, what's our matches of the year so far for this year?
Oh, I would be happy to tell you.
Oh, yes, please tell me.
So far, Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega for the U.S. title, New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom.
That's the New Japan entry.
That's New Japan's. For WWE, Bianca Belair.
Which includes NXT.
WWE is Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, women's title from Backlash.
Okay.
In May. AEW's contribution is FTR versus Bullet Club Gold, 2 out of 3 falls
and
from Collision.
AEW also includes ROH.
And AEW also includes ROH.
Okay, right.
So those are the only 3 matches we have so far, and we have a 4th block, Impact, AAA, MLW, rest of the indies.
The rest.
Okay,
we don't have anything right now under the rest.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So that's what we got so far. So...
Arnold says that's bullshit. So ROH is under the AEW umbrella too? Yes.
Yeah.
He says if that's the case, then it's even more stupid. That's dumb.
Well, you have to call Vince McMahon and Tony Khan.
It's like he says it's like including the Sugarland Space Cowboys with the Astros. Well, if we're talking about who's winning the World Series, it's just the Stros, right?
Well,
I don't know. You could have been here on the
committee
on the first year episode or episode on the beginning of the year to make that decision, Arnold.
So we got a few more headlines before we break down AEW's pay-per-view this weekend.
Yeah.
Something happened not last Friday, but the Friday before.
Okay.
Riddle me this. What do you feel about the opinion that this generation's Rey Mysterio is Rey Mysterio? We've tried all these wetbacks that come over all kinds of sides of Mexico. We put masks on and we take the mask off. Some of them look better with the mask on. Some of them need their mask duct taped on. And then we're trying our best to get freaking King Cuerno in WWE his flowers, bringing back the LWO, raise like the flag bearer of the LWO. Oh, damn. Freaking Santos Escobar is going to be the next generation, the next crop for the youngins. But la raza way. And instead, we give it right back to Rey Mysterio, beating Theory for a cup of coffee and winning the U.S. title. What do you think about all that? ¿Qué piensas de todo eso, güey? Dígame.
Todo bien. No hay caso, güey.
You gotta give us more than that, bro.
No hay caso, güey. Nah, it's fine, dude. It's fine.
Sure.
Like, dude, this isn't like Rey Mysterio won the U.S. title and now all of a sudden he's this generation's like, bro, it's just one championship run. Now, I do agree that there hasn't been anybody else to take that mantle to run with that flag, to be like, hey, this is the, Mexican superstar of this generation. Nobody's been able to do that. There's been people that they've tried to manufacture to come close to be the next one. Fucking Kalisto was gonna be dubbed that one day, and then he fucking fucked up a U.S. title championship promo.
Yeah.
And they,
Alberto Del Rio.
Del Rio was too busy being crazy.
And he had legit shots. He ran with the world title.
Sin Cara was too busy being injured again and again and again and again and again.
And then Con Tattoo was not a viable replacement.
Yeah. Con Tatuaje. Yeah, no, he was an idiot. So yeah, I mean,
so where do you see Santos Escobar now? Do you see him having the potential, or is there anyone else either on the WWE roster, main roster, or maybe somebody down in NXT that you think could be the guy?
Okay, a lot of this has to do with Vince, right? This generation, quote unquote, at least before he went away for his little COVID hiatus, right? So if we're talking about the last 10 years or so before 2022, right? If we're talking about 2012 to 2022, that's all Vince. And I don't think Vince, other than, hey, I just want to get some more money in the Latin American market, has been really concerned with, hey, let me get somebody so that the Mexican people can have orgullo, I don't think that was his motivation. His motivation was all about the money, and he get a couple of extra ducats from Mexico. Cool, right?
Pesos.
So yeah, pesos. So I don't think he's super concerned about it, right? So I don't think that's priority on his to-do list. And I think Rey Mysterio kind of fell into his lap as already the Mexican superstar, right? Now it took some pulling of teeth to get Rey Mysterio to win that fucking Royal Rumble match, to get put into the main event of WrestleMania, to win the title in a triple threat when it wasn't supposed to be a triple threat. Sound familiar, Daniel Bryan? But then even after that, it was
we didn't want him.
Yeah. So it was okay, cool. Even then it was kind of giving him flowers because of the whole Eddie thing too. So I don't think Vince has ever been I'm going to do this for the people, para la raza way. He's not doing that, right? So because of that, I don't think he's ever tried to make somebody to be that. Now, okay, let's fast forward to 2023 and look at man in charge, but might not be in charge because Vince is still around, Triple H.
And Triple H isn't going to be on the board once the whole sale goes through, and that goes back to Vince, and then Vince's boss, which is the boss of Endeavor Total.
Right. So I don't know. Let's say Triple H is the guy.
Yeah.
While I think he has very good insight and knows how to book American professional wrestling for an American audience, I don't know if he has the same insight for the Mexicans, right? Could he try the way he's trying to bring prominent Japanese talent over and get them put over the right way, like we saw with Nakamura's promo? We're seeing it with Io Sky right now, right? Asuka, right? Cool. Yeah, but I don't think he has the same rhythm with the Latin audience, right? Not saying, oh, he's a fucking racist or whatever. I'm just saying that's kind of out of his purview. Like he wouldn't know how to do it, right? That being said, there are two potential names that I think of right now that could be given the proper nurturing. One, Dirty Dom.
I was just about to say we might be looking at the wrong side of the Mexican flag. Right. Dom would be the Eddie to Ray's Ray. 98, and then ultimately when Eddie passed, and Ray was that feeling because that was Eddie's moment.
Yeah. That's going to be the person that's really going to attract the Latino audience.
Clout because he's second generation. I mean, Dragon Lee might be second generation, but he's generation.
Probably the second, third most over person in the company.
Reaction
wise, right? Yeah. Like he gets booed out of everything.
He touches the mic.
But we love booing him though. Yeah. Right?
But I'm never gonna stop booing him. Like I don't want to. I don't want to cheer him.
Like I like booing him. Yeah. Right? So it's working with them, and to be an organic heel that is not go away heat in this era is super hard. Yeah. It's super hard to do because if you're a heel, people wind up liking you, which foreshadowing here for MJF. Yeah. But that I think that's what's happening here. So that's one. And two, this is going to be my hot take.
I got one too. Might be the same person.
Nah. Ray Phoenix.
Ooh, I was not thinking that at all.
I know this might be your person I might be stealing from, but I will make a argument for Ray Phoenix more than I will for Penta Cero Miedo. Mm-hmm. I think it might be because for me, granted, he just had this visa issues. He can't go whatever to all out. I think that he might be a little bit more reliable, even though he may not be as charismatic. And he's more of the traditional lucha style than Penta is.
If you were to line up Pentagon Jr., Dragon Lee, and Phoenix. Phoenix all around looks like a better underdog of the three because he can sell his whoopings better than Penta because Penta's a little thicker. And Dragon Lee, his mask is almost too covering where you can't really see him emote a lot.
Okay.
And I feel like Phoenix would probably would have the most upside out of the three, if that's who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going.
Who I was going with as the second? Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh!
I don't mean this to come out wrong. There's dozens of Mexican luchadors that walk through that door.
Arnold has a couple of good points
of WWE. There's a lot of male Mexicans that do the flippy dippies that still can't cut a promo in English to save their life. Alberto Del Rio might be the exception to the rule. And even that took a while. Mm-hmm. But there are, as a proportion of men to women wrestlers, Raquel will stand out a lot more for the Hispanic community in a woman's division than any random Mexican male doing the flippy dippy stuff in a heavy male division of professional wrestling. Mm-hmm. I think you give Raquel Rodriguez 3 years, she could be for the Latino race at the heights of freaking Charlotte and Becky.
Okay.
As far as,
you really build her up enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
And it helps for her that, and again, this isn't a slight, that WWE's women's division now, if you're looking at NXT and some of the girls that are still in the main roster, they are short. They are petite. They're cool. They're attractive. They're nice. They're awesome. They've earned their stripes there. Raquel will stand out.
Yeah.
Raquel will stand out.
Raquel will throw around Roxy all over the place. Arnold in the live chat. Technically, they could kill two birds with one stone by having Cody be the next Hispanic star. The Cuban Nightmare. I mean, you're not wrong. He is part Cuban.
No, not that way.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did he say? Are we forgetting about Damian Priest. That's a good fucking point. If anybody's more fucking Latino than fucking Dom Dom, it's Damian. You know, he actually fucking speaks Spanish. He's not a Yo Sabo kid or no Sabo kid like fucking Dominic.
Yeah,
like me.
I think the only nit to pick about that is that they didn't really accentuate that as a character positive until they went to Puerto Rico for Backlash. 6 months before November, December of last year, ain't nobody looking at Damian Priest as an Hispanic.
They're looking at him as a goth kid.
And a year and a half, 2 years ago, Damian Priest was a goth kid and a half. You know, now you're seeing those flashes of, oh, es uno de nosotros, más o menos.
But hey, fool, you a rocker, huh? So yeah, he's a rocker, fool. He's still Mexican. Yeah. He's just a rocker. You know the kids in fucking high school did that to you?
Yeah.
Hey, fool, you a rocker, right? I see.
Hey, Nimrod, come over here, man. Yeah. Has the bloodline story run dry yet? This is the first time we get to talk about the aftermath of SummerSlam with Jimmy betraying his brother so that Roman remains head of the table. Tribal Queef, world champ. Roman 3 belts.
So this is the time at the party when your tias are saying, okay, adios, bye, good to see you, you know, and they're like, they went from like the den to the kitchen, and they're putting stuff up, and they're saying bye-bye and all this and that, and they're trying to move to the living room
so that you can go out the door.
But then they get into the living room, and there's Abuelita and Tío and Josefina, and now they're, oh, sí, ¿cómo está? Oh, boy, qué lindo. And you know, this is where we are there, where they're like almost out the door, but you know, we got another fucking 25 to 30 minutes left of goodbyes before they move to the actual door, and then they start saying their goodbyes in the driveway, right? For another 20, 30, 40 minutes. Right, so we're at the moving out of the party phase, but we ain't out the motherfucking door yet. And I think this is best encapsulated by you saying in the live chat, right when I thought they had me out and pulled me back in, with the whole thing with Jay chucking the deuce.
Yeah,
I am so intrigued by this. Jay chucking a deuce
on the company, on the family, on
everything. And of course, everybody was like, "Oh, yeah, he's going to be all elite.
He's
going to."
We know. I know what's going on.
I don't think this is a he's leaving the company thing for realsies. I think it's a kayfabe thing, and maybe he's taking some time off or something. I don't know. Maybe he's got to go do 6 months in the pen for another DUI charge or something.
You're there. They're touring Canada right now. Who cannot go to Canada?
Oh, Arnold said that in the group chat. Not you. I'm sorry, Arnold did. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, the when they showed up at Elimination Chamber in Montreal, that was a one-time exception. Mm-hmm. So now that they're touring Canada, that's how they wrote Jay off. So,
okay. So,
but
that leaves me
still like, okay, how you coming back?
Interested. Wait, what? He's gone? Huh? How? What? This isn't an injury. He's just going. What? Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. Now I can't say that I'm necessarily interested in Roman and Solo just feuding with Jimmy, because Jimmy seems to still be pissed at Jay and Roman.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to salvage that, but at least I'm like willing to say my goodbyes to Tia Fina while I'm waiting for my mom to say goodbye to Tia Pepa. Yeah. You know, like, oh, okay, let's just.
Right now, I'm in the driveway waiting for the car to get cool. Before I put it in reverse.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man. That was the last salvo of like, all right, where are we going? How long is this going to last? If they're trying to milk this till fucking WrestleMania, that's not going to happen, bro. That's going to take too fucking long. Something has to happen before Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I'm already like, I'm waiting. Like, let's get in the car. Let's go. I'm ready, man.
Yeah.
I'm fucking ready.
Okay.
So, this is the part of the show where we talk about the newest member of the Bang Bang Gang.
Guns up.
Cash Wheeler. What the fuck, bro? Biggest show of your career. Weeks away. You can't like hold it in. You can't just like grit your teeth. Can't keep your gun in your pocket. Can't have road rage over some schmuck in Florida. Like, you can do that to anybody in Florida. They all deserve it. But can you grit your teeth until you get your payday from Wembley fucking Stadium?
So I'm going to withhold my judgment until we get a little bit more information about what's actually going on here, because the charges are he flashed a gun in a road rage incident.
Yeah. Driving on the shoulder.
Okay, I didn't know that part.
Yeah,
whatever.
So he was driving mad. Person in front moved over. He went to the shoulder.
Okay. And then flashed the gun.
Bang, bang, gang. Yeah.
Okay. The reason why I hesitate is because one is Florida.
Yeah.
And two, the whole defense rests on
what gun?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
So
he took a picture of my plate, but he didn't take a picture of my gun. So what?
Right.
Gun?
Like that's a really bold strategy, Cotton, to say he had a gun and the defense to be 100%. No, he didn't. Like, okay, I could kind of get it if it was like, well, he had the gun, but he didn't point it at him, but the gun was over here. And then, no, the whole defense is he didn't have one.
Yeah.
What? So I could see if like he fucking flipped him off, or like he waved like something else at him, and it just looked like
or
a gun.
His phone.
Or his phone. I mean, there's been plenty of black men that got shot by the cop because he had a gun and it was really the phone.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I'm gonna withhold my judgment on that until we get more information and more into the weeds with the actual thing. Because from what I understand, this charge isn't going to prevent him from going to Wembley.
Yeah, they asked for a bail. They granted it to him. They no criminal record. So, which further leads me to believe, if you have no criminal record, why are you suddenly fucking waving a gun at people?
Yeah,
So it might have just been overreaction or a phone or something like that, like you had mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Arnold says it's like when Homer pops in on Bart with the knife, but it's to give him some brownies.
Oh yeah. Hey, don't be mad, son. Oh man, that's still some buffoonery, man.
Yeah,
a month out of your biggest show of the year that you're going to be defending your belts at.
I mean, that does sound like some buffoonery to pull over onto the shoulder to do all that too. So yeah, control yourself a little bit, man. I mean, we all have had road rage and we all have dumbasses. I have dumbasses every day on my way home from work that just don't know how to drive on 610.
The biggest lesson of them all: it is never, ever too late to move out of Florida.
Fucking Arnold. Arnold says Cash was just waving a gun to tell the guy to watch Shotgun Saturday Night on the WWE Network. It's Bullet Club, not Gun Club. It's just a bullet. Yeah. Okay. All right. Enough of that.
You ready for this weekend?
Yes, sir. I am ready for this weekend. My body is ready.
AEW All In live from Abel's house. I mean, London, Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over 80,000 strong. Let's start from the bottom and we'll go up.
All right.
Pre-show.
Oh, Jesus. Pre-show.
Aussie Open defend the Ring of Honor world titles against MJF and Adam Cole.
Baby.
Give me a number.
Boom! 10! 10! 10! 10! I need to see this motherfucking match. I have to see this match. I am so dialed in on this MJF Adam Cole storyline that I cannot miss one single morsel, twist, turn, wrinkle. No, I cannot. This is must-see TV. Y'all motherfuckers that are coming over to my house better be prepared to have your ass planted in a seat, not be walking in front of me when Aussie Open versus Better Than You, Baby is on my TV screen. So y'all better get there before the fucking pre-show starts. Because I am ready for this match, because I am ready for anything with Better Than You, Baby. And this will lead me into the intrigue that I have for the main event. We're not there yet, but I don't want to talk too much about this match without talking about the main event. So I'm going to save some of that for when we talk about that. My prediction kind of also hinges on that as well. So I don't want to even give my prediction. So I'm just
give the finish. You don't have to go into detail. You can give the finish because we're talking about this match right now. I'm at a 7.
Okay.
And that is because you are flirting with the wrestling devils. And I do not mean MJF.
Oh, okay.
This is happening in live time.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if Adam Cole breaks his shin in the pre-show and cannot fulfill his commitment to wrestle the main event?
Okay, that's a very good point. That's a very good
cash
point.
Cow that puts out vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry out of each nipple. What if MJF gets hurt and he can't go at the end of the night? You are really flirting with fucking fire by doing this. The 7 is mostly because I'm intrigued, not because of the monster truck equation of watching something break. I'm interested in this because of the story. But a part of me is like, man, AEW's had some bad fucking luck. And this would be like the epitome, the personification of bad luck if their main event gets thrown out because of this match.
Okay.
So I'm at a 7. I have MJF and Adam Cole winning.
Okay.
Who do you have winning?
I think I have Aussie Open retaining.
Okay. All right.
I can be swayed once we get into the talk of the main event, but I think I have Aussie Open retaining.
Okay. Jericho versus Ospreay.
All right.
Number.
9.5.
Oh. Okay, so I need to preface this.
Okay.
I do this often whenever we do prediction shows for a show that I'm going to attend in person. So are you like adding a little shine, a little sizzle, a little extra credit because all these matches are happening in front of 80,000 people? Or is this just you for you, no frosting necessary?
A little bit of it is the Wembley stuff.
So you're grading a bit on a scale.
It's a bit on a scale. A little bit. That maybe that's just being the difference between a 9 and a 9.5.
I swear to God, we've done this. This show has been on for fucking 10 years. I've never seen you give a 10 for a pre-show match. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on here, bruv? So I just want to lay that out.
All right.
So you're at a 9.5.
So if I
tell them why.
If I give my extra half for the Wembley hype, I would be at a 9.
Okay.
So the question is, what's keeping you from busting that big old 10 nut? Right? Okay. What's keeping me from busting that big old 10 nut is I was actually at an 8 until last night's promo, the Bruv promo. That Will Ospreay really brought me around on that promo right there. And I don't think what's going on with Jericho really had much to do with Ospreay. I think that's just who he happens to be fighting, and the story with Jericho is more of Jericho and the breakup of the JAS and then trying to get with the Don Callis family, but not. I don't think it's necessarily Jericho versus Ospreay, right? But Ospreay brought up some good fucking points. And I know Ospreay can fucking go. I love Ospreay's matches. I was at an 8. Now I'm at a 9. What's keeping me from a 10 is the doubt of Jericho's wrestling ability. I don't think Jericho can give Ospreay that 7-star Ospreay Omega match that Ospreay can do with other people, but I still think that it's the opportunity to be a banger.
Yeah. So I got a freaking Texas summer hot
Arnold
take.
says 80,000 people, but they won't focus on the hard camp side.
Yeah.
Arnold says he's giving it this 6 for January 6th.
Texas summer hot take here.
Arnold says 6 as well. Or Porsche says 6 as well.
This is what's keeping me from investing full time in New Japan.
All right.
Because New Japan is 99.5% matches, except the 2 minutes after the main event where someone speaks in Japanese.
Okay.
The way I and you associate wrestlers isn't through charisma or through promos or through catchphrases or through facial expressions. It's what they do in the ring. This is how we associate Los Ingobernables. This is how we associate the Bullet Club. This is how we associate the Rainmaker. We don't understand a fucking thing they say, so we don't know if they have any actual charisma to speak of. This is the first time I heard Ospreay. Fuck, Ospreay needs to be in an American Federation because he's been. Yeah. If this is what we've been missing,
yes,
because New Japan doesn't offer that platform, even for their Japanese fans, to actually see them actually have charisma. Like, if you're saving that for the fucking press conference afterwards, that's not in the ring, that's not even on your feed, that you got to search out other ways. No, that needs to be up front and center.
Yeah.
That needs to be part of the wrestling program. That needs to be spliced in between matches so that we can actually try to invest emotionally in a character, in a person. Will Ospreay is probably the best one to come out now after Kenny Omega's had his moments. How do we know Kenny Omega? Because he was winning every fucking match at Bullet Club. So every night he was the one talking at the end of the show, and we got to know his presence, his cadence, his catchphrases, his bang, good night, goodbye. This is what we've been missing from Ospreay. I am completely an Ospreay guy now.
Okay.
He is well-rounded.
Okay.
Like, he needs to fuck off with New Japan after 6 months, either go to AEW or feud with Seth Rollins and lose every match over there. But this guy's ready. I'm at a 9.
What's keeping you?
The same thing.
Okay.
The only hope I have is that Jericho has shown more than once that he can slow New Japan guys down enough to be like, oh man, maybe Okada could work in WWE. Oh man, maybe Omega could work in WWE. Oh man, Ospreay might be able to work in WWE, because we've seen them do all this like pinball shit, but we haven't seen them actually tell a grounded story in the ring.
Yeah,
you know, Omega and Jericho at Wrestle Kingdom, that was the first time that American fans were like, you know what, Ospreay could probably do something in the US. Mm-hmm. You know, Okada G1 special. Okada and Naito, he wrestled Naito too, and it was like, you know what, these guys can actually make it in the US if you give them an opportunity for actually let them cut promos and actually find some substance in their person and their personality and their character. So I just hope Jericho can not get too lost in himself, because 80,000 people might throw you off if you're not used to it, you know. And he's already got the Fozzy performance he's gonna do in the fucking whenever he's gonna do it.
Who do you got winning?
It's too soon for me to cheer for Jericho as a face after he's done this whole run with fucking Inner Circle and this whole fucking run with the Appreciation Society. I want Ospreay to win. Keep this going. Remember, a lot of the shit that happens tonight or this weekend, the fallout, is next weekend at All Out in front of another $50 audience, pay-per-view.
$50 audience.
On top of whatever you're paying now to watch All In this weekend. So you can have this rematch again. So I've got Ospreay winning.
I have Ospreay winning as well, but for different reasons. Ospreay is going to win because Jericho needs to continue to lose to successfully get this babyface turn. Yeah. So he lost to Jericho Appreciation Society. He tried to join up with the Don Callis family, but they stabbed him in the back. He loses to them again. He's just going to be like gaining more and more sympathy by just getting beat up and or spit on or disrespected or whatever, and he's fucking Jericho.
I made this comment in front of Travis. about Samoa Joe, comparing Samoa Joe to Ric Flair, and he almost lost his fucking mind. Where Samoa Joe is in the Ric Flair status in the sense of he can lose every fucking week for the rest of his life. People will still chant Joe. His promos will still have conviction. You'll still want to see him wrestle. You'll still want to see him ignore people when they do flips off the rope. It's fucking Samoa fucking Joe.
Yeah.
We're at the point now with Chris Jericho, whether we want to admit it or not, where he can lose every match from here on out. We're still going to sing his fucking tired ass Judas theme every time he comes out. We're still going to want to see him do the fucking Lion Tamer. It doesn't matter. So right now, Jericho's at the point where he can put over younger talent and make them look better and leave and set up the next crop of guys. And we're still going to admire Chris Jericho, whether we boo him or still sing his fucking song. It doesn't matter. Like, he's in that status now where he's untouchable in a sense. So I don't think he'll lose any kind of momentum.
Makes sense.
If he loses to Ospreay once or twice or twice.
And this will make Ospreay.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think like you said earlier,
that's more important.
More sympathy to Jericho.
Yeah,
it works both ways.
Arnold says this in the live chat. Fun fact. Ospreay recently found out that he is on the autism spectrum, so I have a soft spot for him.
Huh.
Cool.
I get it, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bullet Club Gold. Takeshita versus the Golden Lovers and Hangman Adam Page.
All right. 5-on-5, basically, right?
No, 3-on-3.
Wait. The Golden Lovers and Hangman?
So it's not the Guns. It's Jay White, Juice Robinson, Takeshita. Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, Hangman. 3-on-3.
I'm gonna go with an 8. I want to be a little bit higher on this, but I don't think that I want my mashed potatoes touching my cranberry sauce. I don't know why I have Bullet Club Gold, which I fucking love. I love that cranberry sauce, but I don't want them touching the mashed potatoes of the Don Callis family. Why is Takeshita in this match? I guess because they're fighting the elite stuff. I guess
I'm on the other side.
Okay,
I would rather want to just see the Golden Lovers. Hangman, as much as I like Hangman, he doesn't need to be in this match.
Okay, so you don't want the turkey touching the cauliflower.
No,
right?
No.
Okay.
Just give me Golden Lovers against fucking Bullet Club Gold. Those 4 will tear the fucking house down.
Yes.
Or is maybe that
I agree.
Thing? You have too many opportunities to tear the house down. So let's water some shit down. We'll save the rest for next week.
And this is something I said last night. Last night, when we have Bullet Club Gold versus the Elite, I was like, why in the blue fuck is this not on All In or All Out or one other of their
Guns against the Bucks? I'd pay to watch that.
Like,
let alone Juice and
they are missing such a huge fucking storyline with that match. You have the Elite who ran the Bullet Club before AEW became AEW versus the version of Bullet Club in AEW that got exiled from Japan.
Yeah.
So you have basically NWO Red and NWO Gold.
This is Maury's greatest hits.
Fighting each other in a different company than WCW. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck? Why do you not have this to be like a fucking headliner main storyline that is spanning the course of like a year? It's on a go-home show for All In? Dude, what the fuck? This should be a bigger storyline than what it is. So,
I think slowly but surely, the Booker of the Year stuff for Tony Khan is starting to unravel a little bit because there's other things that we could be getting. And if he's such a big fan, he should be putting that ahead of whatever is mostly on this card and not on the next card. Yeah. We're a week away. We are 8 days away. Or 10 days away from All Out in Chicago. Next Sunday is their biggest show of the year, their tentpole that they have every year. And they only have 2 matches announced. 2. Booker of the Year should have just 2.
Right. But a part of that problem is the fact that you have 2 pay-per-views back to back, 1 week apart from each other. What?
Yeah.
But all that being said, the only reason why I'm as high as I am,
to cast the character.
God damn, I love me some Bullet Club Gold. Fuck, dude, I am all about the Bang Bang Gang right now.
We might have a guest appearance from Card Blade Jay White in the near future.
Card Blade Jay White.
Dude, the promos backstage on Collision with Tony Schiavone, and when they do the guns up and they put it right in front of Tony's face, you see Card Blade's figure also. It's oh god, this is giving me throwbacks of like old school DX where they're just fucking having fun, and we could tell they're having fun, and we're enjoying it, and we're having fun vicariously. Yeah, obviously, I feel like we finally reached the point where this is a completely new Bullet Club. It's not the same thing. They got their own thing. They got their own charisma. They got their own chemistry. It's a completely clean slate.
And the Guns kind of make it.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love the Guns entrance, man. Yeah. Like, this time last year, it's like, oh, God, the Guns, right? Like,
boys.
Yeah. But now it's like, all right.
Yeah. They look like a deal.
They look legit.
Yeah.
Right? They really picked it up. I really like them. So them with the Bullet Club Gold, like all together as the name is just so good. Like
Bullet Club Gold's winning.
Yeah.
I got Bullet Club Gold winning.
No. I don't think Bullet Club Gold's winning.
You got Elite, Golden Elite.
I got Golden Elite. Why? Because, again, I don't want my cranberries or my mashed potatoes touching. There's no reason why Don Callis' family should be helping the Bullet Club Gold, and there's going to be some friction there, and they're not going to be on the same page, and that's going to lead to the elite, non-elite, golden elite divided by 5, but there's just 3 of them. That faction is winning. Yeah.
Stadium Stampede.
Yeah.
Blackpool Combat Club, Proud and Powerful return, Santana and Ortiz.
Right.
Against Best Friends, Penta, and Eddie Kingston. I called this months ago. As soon as the tickets were on sale, there has to be a Stadium Stampede match in that bitch.
You did.
Yeah. Are you excited with this one?
I think I also want to go with an 8 on this one. What's holding me back is Eddie Kingston. God damn, I don't like Eddie Kingston.
You look almost like him.
That's the problem. He's an ugly motherfucker. No,
and he wrestles better than you.
No, he doesn't. Arnold says 2. He gave it a 2 in the live chat. He said this match sounds sloppy. Honestly, the only reason why I'm as high as I am is because the other Stadium Stampede matches have always been fun. Yeah. They've been that fun comic relief, but like there's going to be some crazy shit that happens. Like something crazy is going to go down, but I feel like it might be overshadowed by the other multi-man matches that are on the card. And okay, I said 1, Eddie Kingston. 2, I need a better reason as to why Pride and Powerful. I'm happy to see Santana and Ortiz on the same frame on my TV screen, but they weren't together. They were on the same picture, but they weren't on the same page. So that rumors of they're not getting along, this happened, I don't know. I need to be told that they are good.
If this happened last week,
good, why are they with the Bullet Club?
If they happened,
Blackpool.
If this happened last week and then this week Santana and Ortiz cut the promo that Eddie Kingston just like to stick with whoever benefits him at the moment, because Kingston was with Proud and Powerful and in Impact, and then Kingston went to the OGs.
Yeah.
And then now Kingston is with fucking Penta, and even though
another reason why I can't fucking stand his story and his character, like
he leeches.
He has more fucking turns than Big Show. Like where's his fucking loyalties lie? With himself? And okay, well, cool. What's best for you? To not get involved with fucking gang warfare bullshit that has nothing to do with you. Shut the fuck up, sit down, and go fucking wrestle for something that matters. Like, oh, your G1 thing. That was something that actually mattered, but you're not even saying diddly squat about that shit.
Yeah. Now, one mention on commentary, and that was it.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Eddie, man. I don't get the fuck. Portia says that she's at a 9 for Stadium Stampede. Ooh. Is it just because it's Stadium Stampede? Or is the whole kit and caboodle doing it for
I'm at a 9 because it's a Stadium Stampede in front of actual people. The last Stadium Stampede was mostly empty in the empty arena, and then at the end they crawled out to the Daly's place because Daly's place attaches to that TDAA football field that the Jaguars play in. Yeah. So this is like completely in front of everybody. So there's anything can happen there. So I'm at a 9.
So the third reason why I'm not as high on this match as I should be, Moxley.
Yeah, he's gonna bleed before it comes out.
I definitely don't want to have the same gag that we've had twice now in these big brawling teen matches that involve Moxley. Granted, they weren't Stadium Stampedes; they were Anarchy in the arenas. But like, where we're playing fucking Wild Thing for. Like, it was funny the first time in Vegas. Mm-hmm. The second time when
the band played it.
Yeah, the band was playing it, and the band was very problematic.
Yeah. Blackface.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, that gag it's we've seen it now. Yeah. And now all we're gonna get now is, oh great, Moxley's gonna bleed. Ugh. You know.
Not just that.
Yeah.
Let me see if you've thought about this yet.
Abel sounds like an after-school special about avoiding gangs.
Show me one wrestling fan that was dying to see Claudio Castagnoli end up on Tony Khan's payroll to do hardcore wrestling.
Oh,
show me one. It just fuck isn't me.
It wasn't me. I did. Claudio as a hardcore wrestler. Yeah, no. Claudio's a technician. Pound for pound, the strongest man in wrestling. Yeah.
Say Bryan Danielson is healthy and he's in this match. Show me a wrestling fan that wanted to see Bryan Danielson, the hardcore wrestler.
No. And this is the Moxley stink that took over when Regal left.
Exactly.
The Blackpool Combat Club,
done.
Led by Mox, is way different than led by Regal.
And we might have it get blowed up because something else is happening, and I'm indifferent about it now, but I might open up to it if it leads to the demise of Blackpool Combat Club. Last Wednesday, when they were putting Phoenix in the ambulance, what the fuck was the escalator? In the ambulance. That escalator to nowhere. So when they put him in the ambulance, Renee's trying to get an interview, like trying to get reactions.
Arnold says he's a Swiss Army knife.
Kingston is swatting Renee Young away. Renee Paquette.
Yeah.
John Moxley's real life wife.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if this becomes
even said your husband.
Yeah. If this becomes less Blackpool Combat Club and more of, oh, we had a problem that was just business because you didn't like my friend. Now you're putting your hands on my wife. Yeah. This is becoming personal. If we get Moxley out of the Blackpool Combat Club where it goes back to Cesaro and Danielson actually wrestling
and Wheeler
and mentoring Yuta and maybe somebody else, then that I'll probably be a lot more open-minded to that because they're dropping hints. This isn't the first time. Like a couple of weeks ago, Renee was in the back with either Kingston or Moxley and the group, and she's like, "Y'all need to settle this now." Like,
y'all need to fix this.
It wasn't Renee the announcer; it was Renee embattled between her husband and her husband's like best friend or whatever.
Right.
So,
which I would totally prefer.
Yeah,
I would totally prefer Moxley to go and get bloody with Kingston. That way, I have two shitty wrestlers occupied in a match that I could go take a shit. Or go take a piss. Yeah. Like, I don't want you, like, great. Yeah. You go have your little hardcore match over there. That gives me time to actually go and finish cooking dinner. Right? Cool.
And enjoy Cesaro wrestling.
And then later enjoy Cesaro wrestling. Yes.
So who's winning?
Blackpool?
Okay. Sting and Darby Allin against what apparently is now Swerve and Christian?
Yeah, that's
coffin match?
That's weird.
I thought it was Brian Cage because Brian Cage was the one that took AR Fox out.
Right.
But then Christian came out.
Right, instead.
Yeah.
So you're sure it's not Sting and Darby and Nick Wayne versus
and AR Fox? against Christian and
Luchasaurus
Luchasaurus and Brian Cage and Swerve. They also got Big Bill in their back pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to come out instead of
Yeah.
Christian and Luchasaurus. What's the actual match? Is this official?
That's the other problem. It isn't official yet as of 3 days before the pay-per-view. As of Wednesday, before Dynamite started, it was tentatively, card subject to change, Darby Allin and Sting against Swerve Strickland and AR Fox. Tag team coffin match. After last night, who the fuck knows?
Did AR have visa issues too?
I don't know.
Okay, Portia says in the live chat, 4, it's confusing. Arnold says 3, it's a mess. Abel says, yeah, y'all are right, 3 as well. I don't care. I really would have liked to have cared about Darby and Sting and Nick Wayne. I would have liked to have cared about something with Christian and Luchasaurus. I would like to see Prince Nana and AR Fox. Okay, Swerve's out there too. Do something. But it's... you have Rampage and Collision to fix it.
Yeah.
But TikTok, brother, y'all better hurry up.
And we got next weekend's All Out.
Are they having Collision?
Yes, they taped Collision already.
They already taped Collision. Yeah. Okay.
Spoiler alert, or should we just leave it on the low?
Leave it on the low, but tell me after.
Okay.
Because I want to know.
Regardless, Sting and Darby, coffin match, Sting and Darby are winning 5. I think...
You know what? If it was originally what we thought it was going to be, Sting and Darby... Sting and Darby versus AR and Swerve. I got AR and Swerve winning.
I would agree too. Yeah, I think
I'd probably be at a 7.
What they did now leads me to believe that we'll probably get a fucking badass match between Killshot and Dante Fox at All Out.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna 3. I got Sting and Darby winning.
Which begs the question: why not just leave it like how it was for All In, and then have them lose, and then pull the swerve. Have Swerve pull the swerve at Wembley. Oh, I'm disappointed in this, but I'm not disappointed in this. I'm disappointed in you. In front of 80,000 fans, boom, and then the cliffhanger is, oh shit, that's it.
Yeah.
Right? But no, that's not what they wanted. Dang old, I don't know.
Trios titles. House of Black against the Acclaimed and Badass Billy Gunn.
No, this pay-per-view Sunday, not Saturday. Sorry, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
What'd you say?
House Badass of Black against Acclaimed and Badass Billy Gunn.
8. I'm glad that Badass Billy Gunn is going to be in the match, but I feel like it was never properly explained as to what the House of Black actually whispered to Billy Gunn that drove him to retirement. And it also feels like we're never going to get that explanation because the bookers never thought about it, because this was just
it's the Raw general manager. We'll never know.
Yeah, it was just the story that they wanted to do for the month. Like, we're going to tease him to be gone, but no, he's going to come back, and then he's going to fight, right? Because he's going to retire, and he didn't really retire. Well, why is he retiring? Well, I don't know. Have Malachi whisper something to him. Like, okay. Like, it wasn't very well thought out, and it wasn't a retirement, I guess. Like, this Billy Gunn coming out of retirement after a month? No. Like, you were never retired, bruv. Like, sorry, man. No, all you did was take off your shoes. And I do that every night.
They're not as big as his.
Right.
Yeah. I'm at a 9. To begin with, that opening rap is going to be at least 16 bars, maybe 32, because that ramp is going to be long.
I hope so, yeah. Arnold and Porsche are both at 8s. 5 for the match, 2 for the rap.
Yeah.
Oh, 3. Yeah, that math didn't add up. 5 for the match, 3. Okay. Max is going to have, to rap for longer, because of the ramp. Just like how you said.
What if the Acclaim lose again because of Billy?
That would be interesting. However, you're wrong.
I've got the acclaim winning, but I want to just be devil's advocate and be like, what is it that they said to Billy, and then they lose again, and they have to remind him face to face instead of whispering in their ear, I told you, you're done, or something of that matter.
That would be interesting. I just don't know if they could come up with something to live up to the interest.
Yeah. I got the acclaim winning.
Okay. Billy becomes Daddy Black. Yes, Portia. Daddy Black. Black Daddy.
FTR versus the Young Bucks.
3.
AEW tag titles.
I want to say I'm in a 9. I love the Bucks. I really, really like FTR. When the news came out about, FTR pulling the old Arn Anderson, pulling out a gun.
FTR hair.
I was like, oh, dude, come on, man. Like, I was bummed that match wasn't going to happen. But then, thankfully, the match is going to happen because I like FTR too. So I think this match is going to be really good. I think FTR might actually pull this one out and win.
So not only do I want FTR to win, I try to be subjective about this. I've watched the last 2 or 3 Young Bucks matches, and they are not the Young Bucks from the Bullet Club. They're not the Young Bucks from early in AEW. These are the Young Bucks that are not as young as they used to be.
Right.
They're gassed sooner. They don't have their chemistry with the Hardys wasn't all that great.
That's more on the Hardys.
But they're. And listening to the ratings every week of how the Young Bucks lose ratings every week, I don't want the Young Bucks to win. It's gotten to the point with me to where it's not that I want to see FTR win. I want to see the Young Bucks lose.
Damn.
That's how tired I am of tired.
The go away heat for you?
Yeah. I was like, it's not,
I'm still on that Young Bucks hype train. I still think that they're.
I was on
really,
it, but
really
I got
good.
off at my stop, and I'm good where I'm at.
I mean, I get it, man, but I don't think that they're as bad as the corny crowd thinks that he is.
It's not about the corny crowd. The crowd still cheers FTR fully.
Okay.
The crowd does not fully cheer the Young Bucks.
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
If you give it to the Young Bucks, you can't try to pull them off as faces to drop the belts to the Guns or to Bullet Club Gold if you want to push that narrative, because people are already starting to cheer Bullet Club Gold.
Right.
And Young Bucks are already starting to get half responses,
Man,
so it's better for FTR to win and lose the titles. We have them on our match of the year list. We have FTR versus Bullet Club 2 out of 3. You don't want more of that?
Yeah.
You think the Young Bucks versus Bullet Club Gold will reach the heights that FTR Bullet Club Gold? Even before the 2 out of 3 falls, their first match where Bullet Club Gold won the opportunity, that match I would have put as match of the year. It was that good. You're telling me the Young Bucks have that kind of speed, that kind of class, that kind of showmanship in 2023?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah.
And we're going to come back next week. And the first match we're going to talk about is them damn Bucks. I'm going to hold you to it, brother.
All right.
I'm going to hold you to it.
All right. I think the Bucks can still have it when they have the right dance partners. Right?
I'll take that.
Do
you still have FTR winning or losing? I've got FTR winning.
I think FTR should win. Because I think at some point, because there's so many people that are souring on the Bucks, even though I don't think people should be souring on the Bucks, the reality is they are, right?
The audience
is, right? Because of that, and since you don't want to turn the Bucks heel because you can't turn all of the elite heel, elite being Kenny and Hangman and the Golden Lovers and everybody involved with that, you can't turn them heel. Mm-hmm. Then if they're going to stay babyface, they need to lose. They need to lose this match. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hikaru Shida.
Portia says 6.
Tony Storm, Saraya, Dr. Britt Baker,
TMT.
number.
Lord, forgive me for saying this.
Ooh.
4.
Wow. It's become a tradition at All In or All Out to have 4-ways for this women's titles, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. I understand you're trying to cram a lot of people on the biggest show of the year because it's the biggest show of the year and you want everyone to get the opportunity, the fluorescence, so that they can shine. But, man.
Portia says 9. She's at a 9 for this match.
Or does she mean 9 as in no?
She said
she
9.
Spelled it 9?
She said,
or she wrote the number 9?
She wrote the number 9.
Okay. So
she wrote the number 9.
Actual 9. You're positive 9, not 9.
Yeah. And Arnold's at a 5.
I like Britt Baker. I like Britt Baker.
Yes.
There has been a reinvestment in Hikaru Shida that I am liking.
I agree there too.
And there is a completely new side to Tony Storm that I am falling madly in love with.
Okay.
This like angry debutante that's just like, no, I can't have this. No.
Yeah.
Those two by themselves at All In would have been a fucking 10 for me.
Okay.
You got Saraya and Britt Baker into this?
Robert, what's up, Medlin?
I missed you last weekend in Dallas, man.
Medlin, are you coming over to watch All In with me at my place? Let me know.
I think there's too many cooks in the kitchen for this match that I would prefer. I'm at a 7.
Yeah, and I think the reason why I'm at a 4 is because there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Those cooks were too contrived.
Tell me something. Are you still in or are you out with the Outcasts?
I'm out with the Outcasts.
Same.
Outcasts need to disband, and Tony Storm needs to pursue this other character. Soraya's never around anyway, so just have her be a special attraction whenever she decides she wants to show up. And Ruby can kick rocks for all I care. So yeah, but that's
I like Ruby, but she should be on her own too.
Yeah. She needs a deep, strong repackage.
Ruby, you can't repackage that.
She's
focusing on Statlander. She's focusing on Statlander.
Great, but she needs something for her. She is stale. She's a box of saltines that was open and left in the cupboard for 3 months. She is.
What if you turned her from a punk to an emo?
Sure, whatever. Fucking put her in pants that go all the way down instead of the half. I don't know. Do something.
Ruby Soho's rancid Operation Ivy punk rock character. She's carried that for mostly everywhere she's been. You can't really change that.
Robert's going to be with us watching All In at my place. Thank you, Robert.
You don't. That's a palette that you don't really have many color options for.
Yeah.
So if you really want to change it, I'd put her full My Chemical Romance and turn her fucking like Vanta Black. That you can't even see her in the dark.
Yeah.
And just have her brood almost.
Yeah.
As like, oh, the Outcast came out. This was my idea. The team disbanded.
Have her be fucking Julia Hart that can wrestle.
Yes. Oh, shit. We got Julia Hart already. Oh, fuck. Nah. We can only have one Stevie Nicks. Okay. And that's Julia. All right. Julia. She does well. What she does well. Oh, I love
So what, do you want her to go, I don't know, pink?
Black Parade. Oh God. Oh God.
Do you want her to become Gwen Stefani and just be like BANANAS? Look.
Dude, if she kills No Doubt and goes full Stefani, that could work. That audience will get that. This fucking audience will get that. Oh, God. And they will shit. Oh, my God. Arnold, hot tag. Help me here.
Dude, if you had the balls to turn this guy into a Mozart dude.
Give Ruby some pink extensions. She's like the reject Barbie. Holy fuck, dog.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine if she comes out to the fucking ring music? This shit is bananas, and she just comes out with the fucking marching band and
yes. Bro,
because
Ruby should have been in the House of Black. Arnold said,
Tony Khan can actually spring for the money to get that rights to that song.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Lord. All right, my point with this match is that it was ill-conceived how we got to this 4-way. We're gonna have a tournament with the person that actually has the belt to be in the tournament to have a 4-way. Why? Because we need a 4-way. Why? Reasons. Like no.
Wrestling.
No.
Who's leaving with the belt?
I hope Mirror Lady.
Yeah.
Hikaru Shida. I hope
What?
so. Yeah.
I want Tony to take it. Yeah.
No, she don't need it.
Hey,
If
drop it back next week.
No. She doesn't need it. If she's doing this character change, the character change is going to be enough to get her over if they pull it off expertly, right? If anybody needs it, hot take, if anybody needs it,
Britt.
it's Britt.
Britt
is that other package of Ritz that you opened after you opened the saltine crackers of Ruby Soho and you left them in the cupboard, but they've only been in there maybe like 2 weeks, and not a month or 3 or however Ruby's been in there. Like you got to do something with them Ritz.
You know what, bro?
What?
That might actually help.
Yeah,
because that could be the catalyst that turns Britt Baker heel on Jamie Hayter. When Hayter comes back from injury, she's going to want the belt she never lost.
Yeah.
Who has it? Her
Britt,
best friend.
which we
Guess
never.
what?
Yeah,
We were expecting a heel turn
it
from
never
someone that never happened. And if Britt's getting stale again, and if foreshadowing someone in the main event also goes heel, they'll work perfect together.
Arnold says, sucks that Hayter has to miss this. Saraya has to win for the hometown pop.
Fuck that. She can hit a bump at the hotel room for the crowd.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, she ain't got. You got to give her the win.
I don't know why Robert says this, but Robert says, electrocute Ruby with the toaster in the bathtub.
God damn.
What?
You've been hearing radio from Alkaline Trio on repeat today.
God damn.
I got you.
God
damn.
Robert also says, imagine if she cosplays as the Bulldog, as British Bulldog. That'd be pretty cool.
Who?
I guess Paige. I guess that's who he's talking about.
She don't do a lot of cosplaying. No.
Yeah, okay.
Samoa Joe against CM Punk for the real World Championship. Can I jump the gun?
Yes.
Bam!
10.
This is
You're a Jomosexual.
It's not just that.
Okay.
This is the perfect ending for a 20-year rivalry. 80,000 people co-main eventing for a world's championship. In air quotations, that will give me fucking carpal tunnel. Samoa Joe versus CM Punk. Give it to me. I want it all. I don't want to lose a single drop. All of it. Dos dedos o la toda mano. Dame todo. Give me. I'm that Iron Savage. You call me an ass boy because I'm a mama. You caught that? Dynamite last night or Collision on Saturday?
Jesus Christ.
Fuck. It's like as if I needed a reason to love him. Yeah, I like him now. 10.
I want to say 9.5. I'm leaning more towards 9, but I don't know. And I think that
11 for Arnold.
Yeah. Wow, 11. Okay. Portia's out of 7. I want to say that.
It's My Life from No Doubt. That should be Ruby's new
Oh
theme.
my God.
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah, I think I'm at a 9.5 for Joe and Punk. I'm not quite at the 10 because Joe. I love Samoa Joe, but I don't think AEW/ROH has invested enough in him to me believe that he is that high up on the card that he's fighting for the main event title, but it's not the main event title, right? Like, yes, he's the ROH television champion, right? But when have any of us seen ROH in the recent past? Like, ROH isn't something that AEW has put as much in as we thought they were gonna. They haven't put as much into Samoa Joe as we thought they were gonna. This is like
You don't think so?
no, I
He
know.
was the Ring of Honor television champion and the TNT champion at the same time, fighting Wardlow, fighting Hobbs,
But
killing
then
Darby Allin.
but then he ghosted. He disappeared for a while.
Film TV. He's the king of television. He's on Twisted Metal.
I mean, I get that, but
If anything,
he's not been in the main event picture of AEW consistently.
you say that he hasn't been valued or his stock hasn't been shown as valuable as I would take that mentality with the real world's championship.
Fair. But that's the other detriment that I have to this match. The other reason why I'm not at a 10 is because this isn't for an actual sanction title.
It's for a belt. It's FTW
right.
for all the
Exactly. It's the second imaginary belt that AEW has.
Yeah.
When AEW had too many legitimate belts. Now we have
and they're putting on ROH belts for a show that instead of it being for free that people can try to invest in, they want your money.
So it's like
if he was TNT champion still, would you still feel that way with Samoa Joe?
If Samoa Joe still had it and he never lost it, fuck yeah. Because what would that mean? That means that he would have been prominently on AEW weekly defending that title.
Even if he was off 6 weeks to record Twisted Metal.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if he had some vignettes, hey, whatever. But he was just like, oh yeah, we forgot about him. And then Tony Khan opened up the toy box. Well, these motherfuckers say I never play with the toys I have. So I forgot I had a Samoa Joe. Let me take that out of the toy box and dust it off. Mm-hmm. Right? That's kind of what it feels like. It's not like the ones that have been established. So that's kind of where I'm at on this. And again, it's for a title that isn't real, but it's kind of real. So the whole point of the real world championship is that CM Punk never lost it, and they crowned a new champion in his absence. So the logic there should be he's going up against the person that has the real championship, not against just somebody else. Right?
You know what?
The logic is flawed there.
This is an AEW crowd. That's not even the logic that I would play with.
It's real to him, damn it. Thank you, Porsche.
Me as a wrestling fan, it's a birthday present to let me watch two of my favorite wrestlers in the past 20 years in front of 80,000 people for any kind of title. As a wrestling fan of AEW, CM Punk should have came back with that belt when he came back in Chicago, and he should not have directed his attention to MJF, who was the other world's champion. Fuck the law. He should have addressed Omega and the Bucks.
Yes.
Because that's why he lost the title.
Yes.
That's where we should have been going right now. Not MJF or not the second tier championship or interim world championship.
When it comes to the CM Punk story, Samoa Joe wasn't even on the back burner.
No.
Samoa Joe was nowhere in the fucking cookout backyard at all.
He was on the shelf at the store.
Exactly. So this has nothing to do with it. Yes, it's a 20-year rivalry, but it was rivalry 20 years, but really that rivalry ended 15 years ago. Yeah.
Reignited from an Owen tournament.
Right. Yeah. Like it's not a 20-year rivalry. Yeah. It's a 5-year rivalry that spanned 20 years.
I'm glad I'm getting this match, but do I rather want to see fucking CM Punk against the Elite and why they got kicked out? I'd rather see that.
So is Punk defending his version of the FTW title? Yes, Arnold, he is. With a little bit more logic to it of the I never lost the belt. Yeah. FTW was completely imaginary. Yeah. Whereas this, he has a little, but the storyline is directed in the wrong direction.
Pointing in the wrong direction.
Right, pointing in the wrong direction. That being said, I'm fucking splitting hairs here because I'm at a 9.5. Yeah. Right? You're at a 10. Arnold's at an 11. I'm not talking about and arguing here saying that this should be a fucking 4. Yeah. I'm saying this is 9.5. I'm so excited for this match. Why? Because it's Samoa fucking Joe and CM Punk at Wembley in front of 80,000 people for something that has stakes.
Yeah.
Punk is winning. I think it's pretty obvious Punk is winning this. You're not going to give Joe this imaginary title while he also has the Ring of Honor television championship. This is just something for Punk to do for a badass match at a badass arena at a badass
Make
show
a moment. Yeah.
to make a moment.
If
but
this was a
it's not-
30-minute limit, I'd have it as a draw.
Yeah.
But this is probably going to be an hour-long stipulation, so I've got Punk winning it.
Scott says, "What's up, Scott?"
Whoa, hey.
Scott says, "Sorry I couldn't make
Did
it.
the Dynamo win?
But I'm here to chat and talk shit with Arnold and Porsche." I don't know. Did the Dynamo win?
Did the Dynamo win?
Yeah. I see Chris hasn't changed the posters yet.
No. No, I'll get there.
He called you out, dude.
Hey, I still got your poster here. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Papa.
it's right over there.
Hey.
Hey. MJF versus Adam Cole. You've been holding that jizz for an hour and a half when we started this conversation at the pre-show. Mírame. Let it go.
Ay.
Number
11 and a half.
She wouldn't do it.
Because I would be at an 11, but that extra half is because of the Wembley hype.
Yeah.
Dude, this storyline right now, hot take, this storyline right now is the best storyline in wrestling. This has overtaken the Bloodline storyline in the last couple of weeks. MJF and Adam Cole, their friendship has been must-see. Put down my phone once they're on the telly, rewind it a couple of seconds so I get everything and make sure I watch all of it. I need to see this because MJF is so goddamn masterful with his character. Fucking hell, dude. He's such a great heel, and he's portraying I'm a heel who's kind of getting some fan adulation, so let me kind of play into it, and maybe I'm turning around, but I'm not turning around. He stole your gimmick. I'm an asshole, but I'm your asshole. That's exactly what you've been for the last fucking 12 years here on this goddamn show, right? So, like,
even years before.
Even
This is
years
how our
before that.
friendship has lasted.
Yes.
One of us has got to do it.
yeah. So, like, he's been doing this so well. And Adam Cole, the straight guy, he's been pulling it off, man. Usually he's the more charismatic one, but he's been playing it straight and being able to bounce off of them, and the fucking kangaroo shit and the double clothesline shit. It's great, and we're waiting for the tease for it to happen, and it's been teased several times that one of them is going to turn on the other, but it seems like the bigger tease is when they don't. God damn, we are expecting it so much that when they tease that it's going to happen, it's a bigger surprise when it doesn't. And it's still not. And remember I said I didn't really want to talk about the tag match until we got to this match? I said that I think Aussie Open's going to keep the title. I'm still unsure of how this is actually going to affect the match, because I'm thinking it's going to go one of two ways. Either MJF and Adam Cole lose, and that's where the backstab happens. That's where the tension reaches a crescendo, where it's like, you cost me the match. Well, you cost me the match. Well, fuck you. No, fuck you. And then they start brawling, and then it's like, all right, this is set up for the main event. Now that tension has finally been cut. These guys are really going to go at it. Or they're going to lose, and they're going to be like, okay, cool. Shake hands with Aussie Open. It was a great match. You guys did good. Whatever. Hug it out with Aussie Open, with each other, and, we're going to go to the main event, and they're going to keep this on for another 2 hours until the fucking main event. I don't know what's going to happen for either one of those matches. I know I gave my official prediction as being Aussie Open's going to win it, but I could be completely surprised and happily surprised if fucking MJF win and Adam Cole win that title. Now that brings another wrinkle into the main event, where it's like tag team champions for ROH are fighting each other for the world championship. When the fuck has that ever happened? Right? So it's like, there's so many different combinations that you could go that my mind is buzzing with what can happen, and I'm so excited to see it. So yeah, if put a gun to my head and you make me say who's winning the tag match and who's winning the main event, put a gun to my head, the tag match, Aussie Open's winning, and MJF is winning at the end of the night. But any combination of flip-flopping those decisions, I'm happy with. And equally surprised with.
Hable.
Yes.
What if neither of them turn on each other at the end of the night?
I'm fucking happy. What? They didn't turn on each other? They went through 2 matches, one with each other as tag team partners, one against each other, and the power of friendships overcomes the day at the biggest stage of them all? At Wembley in front of 80,000 people, the biggest show that AEW has put on to date? Seriously? That's the story? Holy fuck, dude. That's a great story. I'm happy either way almost. I dare you to find a scenario of an outcome of something that can happen in this match that'll piss me off.
Double kangaroo kick. They pin each other 1, 2, 3. It's a draw.
What? What? No. I'll be so fucking surprised. I might not be happy but I don't think I'm pissed. I think I'll be flabbergasted, but I'm not sure if I'll be pissed.
What if Roderick Strong joins the Kingdom, takes off his neck brace, and they beat both of them down and the match is called off?
Then I'm happy. You know why I'm happy? Because now we still have the team of Better Than You, baby, taking on the Kingdom with Adam Strong. Fuck yes. Roderick Strong. Fuck yes. We're getting fucking Taven and Bennett prominent at AEW at the top of the card. Fuck yes. Bring back the Kingdom to take on one of the old Kingdom members and MJ fucking F.
That's my That's my swerve that I've been holding on to this whole night.
All right.
I've got MJF and Cole winning the tag match and at 0 hour, and they're gonna drop the belts to Kingdom. And that's where we decide if Adam Cole is going to go with the Kingdom or if he's going to stick with MJF. And the fact that Roderick Strong, that Adam doesn't make up his mind, Roderick Strong makes up his mind for him. And Roderick joins Kingdom. And it's Adam Cole and MJF. And they need a third. So who has been in MJF's career in AEW that we haven't seen in a while that could even out the odds?
Wardlow.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
See, Tony? That's how it's done.
Arnold says in the live chat, nobody cares about the Kingdom.
That will all change for Arnold when Maria Kanellis is up in front.
Ah, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Overall, that is All In London, Wembley Stadium in a nutshell. Give me a number.
Portia says, Arnold, do you want British candy? Then don't make me take this away from you. That was in response to the nobody cares about the Kingdom thing. Robert says this, maybe MJF wins, nobody turns, but Punk attacks him after the match and the unification match happens at All Out.
1 week build now.
What?
No, that's too soon.
Okay.
No.
Hector's in the live chat. What's up, Hector? He came in kind of late. But yeah, my man Hector's in here. I got Cole and MJF winning the tag titles and Strong turning on Cole in the main event.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Abel got to get to these comments. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, fool.
Number.
Whole overall
show.
for the whole McGillicuddy. I'm at a 9. I got some 10s. I got some 9s. I got an 11. There's a couple of 4s and 5s and stuff. Some things that I can miss. And
I'm at a 9 too. This is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
This I promise you, this isn't happening again. They're not doing All In next year in London in the Wembley Stadium again. This is just as a rebellion, just like All In was in 2018, a rebellion, and this isn't going to happen again. So I'm going to just take advantage of the opportunity of this weekend and just enjoy it for what it is, and not set the bar that AEW is going to rule the wrestling lore for the next 15 years. That's not going to happen.
Right.
I'm just going to take this for what it is. And then we'll bitch about All Out next week when we come back to record.
Arnold says, our MJF's Samoan cousin is going to debut and cost Cole the match with the Samoan spike. Okay, I guess Jay.
One more.
Okay, that might piss me off. If it is Jay that comes out and like, oh, come on. But all right. What if Simon Miller shows up? Then it'll be a 10. Yes. Simon Miller, the guy from What Culture? The ups and the downs. You don't know who that is?
One more thing.
Oh, this guy.
One more.
What was your number?
9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to nominate Naito versus Ospreay for the match of the year, says Hector.
We're going to watch it. That's the finals, right? We're going to watch it sometime this week between now and next week's episode. And we're going to see if we agree with him.
Okay.
And quite possibly both of the Omega Ospreay matches will be off our list and replaced with other stuff.
With other Ospreay matches.
Again, one more thing.
Well,
technically, 2 more things.
Jesus.
Between now and Full Gear, do you see a debuting Adam Copeland?
When is Full Gear?
November.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
He's donezo. He's done.
No, he's not done. He's still going to be in WWE. He's not going anywhere.
You heard about everything that happened, right?
He's fine.
They didn't renew his contract. They didn't give him what he wanted.
Nah, he's okay. He's gonna resign.
You think
he's gonna resign? He's gonna stay in WWE, and that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
One more thing. Tell the audience about Izzy's debut for Mission Pro Wrestling.
Oh yeah. Me and Portia went down to the old San Antonio.
Portia and I.
Yeah. We went down to San Antonio and watched Mission Pro Wrestling. And we got to see Izzy debut, and she did really well. It was a solid match. Izzy
Bailey cosplay.
Cosplay. She looked like a hija de Bailey.
Yeah. Hey, give her a mask.
Yeah.
Hija de Bailey.
Hija de Bailey. Yeah. Bailey Jr. No, but she was really, really sweet, really nice. She had little gimmicks. She had T-shirts and little friendship bracelets. She gave Portia a friendship bracelet when we met her during intermission. So that was cool. I thought that her first time wrestling, I don't know why, I just assumed that she was 18. She's 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, her first match, I can't remember the name of the person that she wrestled against, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I wouldn't say that it was anything like groundbreaking, but hey, for your first match, if you are solid, which is exactly what she was, you did good. As far as I could tell, nothing bad happened, no blown spots, no injuries, obviously. She got it. She did the damn thing.
All right.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have to amend the last comment because Arnold in the chat said, with our rules, New Japan Pro Wrestling falls under the AEW umbrella. No, it doesn't, fool. New Japan's got its own umbrella with Stardom beneath it.
Jasmine Allure was the opponent. Yes, Jasmine Allure. She was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's it, man. Next week, tentatively, either Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
We break down.
I think we're going to be on Thursday.
Okay,
next
good.
Thursday to break down.
We review all out.
Yeah.
We review all in
and preview all out. Just to, I know that we're going to have a couple of shows between now and then, but I want to go ahead and start putting this out there. September the 16th will be the next UPW event. So that is going to be at Baycliff, the Baycliff Volunteer Fire Department. We have a main event set. Ransom is going to be defending the UPW Heavyweight Championship against Dill Dempsey in a 3 Stages of Hell match.
Oh, that sounds like quite a pickle.
Yes. So 2 out of 3 falls. Each fall has a different stipulation. As of this recording, as of right now, it is up to Ransom to decide what those 3 stipulations will be. Dill threw down the gauntlet, said, I want you for 2 out of 3. You pick the stips. And the stips haven't dropped yet.
To be clear,
yes.
Has UPW done a steel cage match?
I want to say that they have, but I can't remember exactly. You know what? I think there was one. I think it was a tag match at one point. Probably
The Blade?
late 22.
The Blade Enterprises?
Maybe. I'm. It's
Follow
here.
up with
It's
me.
here. I visualize it, but I can't remember. who was in
Follow
the
up
match.
with me.
Yeah.
It's been tentative in my brain for months.
Yeah.
This might be the show that pops my cherry and I go see you.
Hell yeah, man.
And I might not be there might be people in tow.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
that
follow
that
up with
could
me
be-
on what those 3 stages are. Maybe the next time we record or
that could be your birthday present to me.
we can make that
Because
happen.
that's 2 days before my birthday.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's Friday?
No, it's Saturday, September 16th.
Oh, okay. Your birthday's on Monday.
On Monday.
And
that
we're
Monday.
doing the ponchos on Sunday.
Correct.
Yes, got you.
Yes,
Okay, I'm just
yes,
trying to
yes,
put
yes,
all
yes,
that in
yes,
the
yes, yes,
mental calendar.
yes.
Got you.
So yeah. There's also a few other matches that are already announced. Super Duperon is going to be defending the UPW Texas Championship against Kenny Calypso for a second time. This is where they're going to run it back. Last time Kenny Calypso kind of lost his cool. There was a little bit of shenanigans at the end of the match. Kenny usually doesn't do those kind of underhanded things, losing his cool, whatever. But it happened so quick. It was such a great match. Kenny almost had it, so we're gonna run it back. So second time, Super Duperon versus Calypso.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Those 2 matches we have. There's other matches on the card, but we could get to those later. Once it gets closer to date time. But yeah, September 16th. So make sure you put that down on your calendars now.
Anything else?
That's it, sir.
I will see you here next week, and we run it back.
Hell yeah. Ooh, adios, my friends. Keep it classy. All right.